Hello, everybody. My name's Chachi. That's Tom. Welcome back to In Our Humble Opinion. We're going to go over week 2 and possibly Thursday night's game because that happened and it's Saturday, so, Saturday morning, very early. Anyway, Tom, I believe we'll just go over the Packers game and the Ravens, and then we'll just go over the league like we did last time, which is funny because they're the first 2 games here. So what did you think, Tom, about your Packers? They played the Commanders on Thursday Night Football, won 27-18. Tom was at this game.
Yeah, man. That defense is real.
Legit.
I don't know. They are fast. And you could see the command. And look, even with Jaden Daniels and his speed, it was a non-factor in the game. They couldn't, if Jaden was really, Yiddish, he was having a hard time just getting ready, sitting back, reading the field. The Packers defense, what I'm saying, they fast too. They rally to the ball. They're all to the ball. They all make tackles. The defense is legit. The Packers offense too. I mean, there's a lot of guys that have taken steps. Again, it's a long season, so it just takes one injury to derail everything. But man, even offensively, they are starting to. I think in the passing game they're clicking. I've been a little frustrated in the run game. The offensive line they had 2 guys get hurt already, and they weren't really. There's guys missing blocks, just simple things like the whole night, Thursday night. You're just you got to be kidding me, right? This is basic stuff you teach high schoolers. But. I think there's still things, like I said, they got to work on too. And this week will be tough. You're going to go against a very tough run defense.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see them on the road to see.
You better have your chin strap buckled and be ready to go. But in general, man, I mean, dude, like I said, not to toot my own horn, toot the Packers' horn, whatever, but they are a Super Bowl contender. They are good.
I know it's week 2, and I don't like doing that bullshit where you're like, oh, best team in the league. It's way too early. But if you were going to do it, I don't know what people are talking about. This is why I don't like it, because you're never realistic. It's always you go into account, which is the thing I hate about TV. If you watch it, they always talk about previous years. I'm like, what does that have to do with this year? Right now, presently constituted, they are the best team if you just watch the games, just because they're the only team where the defense and the offense have been really good. It's not like the Bills and the Ravens where I think they're good. You got good quarterbacks. You have a shot in every game. But if they have a bad game, you're not going to win. And here's the thing. You'll blame the quarterbacks. But I'm like, they're human. They can have a bad game. And their defenses are not stopping anyone. Okay? So you got to really score. And I know the Ravens, we'll get into that game. Come on, the Browns' offense was terrible. And I'm sorry, they had nothing. I watched that whole game. I'm like, that game was literally, you waited until the Ravens knew what they were doing. They were like, they can't score. We're just gonna take our time and win this game. And then they ended up popping the lid and was over.
Dude, I kind of hate the Browns game a little bit. The Packers have to go to Cleveland this week.
I was gonna say when we get into that though, their defense
because the following week they play Dallas.
I will say this. As good as
I think this is a maturity thing. You're going to see, is this team mature enough to understand, hey, we got to go play the Browns. Browns have a good defense.
Yeah.
They can make your day difficult. Offensively, they stink. I'm not really worried about that.
No.
I agree with you, Josh. They are just...
I was going to say, though, do not think... let me tell you, that defense is... Packers got a good defense, and the Browns defense is right there. If they had an offense, that'd be a good team. Because they're hard to score them because their corners, they play man. They just say, hey, we got Denzel Ward, we got Newsome, we got a lot of guys. And Delpit's a good tackler, too. I know he talked trash before the game, and everyone was like, oh, what's Grant Delpit do? He's really good. The whole defense is where they're fast. Myles Garrett's ridiculous. That guy's crazy because he'll ruin your whole day. He's something, I'll tell you. And Graham, that was a great draft pick. That line's good.
Exactly, man. They're not. No, that's what I mean.
They would have had 6 sacks if Lamar wasn't our quarterback. I'm just gonna tell you, that man was running for his life when some of them plays because everybody was coming to get him.
Wow. Also, the Ravens' offensive line is just
They are Filele. I'm like, guys, I get it. He's big, but it's not working, bro. Rosengarten's been okay. He's been pretty good for a young guy. The tackles are good. It's like me and Tom were talking about the. We'll get into that. The guards are just not the best. They're very and that's scary because that's up the middle pressure, and that's the hardest one to stop because you can't step up. It's hard, you know.
Remember when I said that? I was saying that Tucker Kraft might lead the Packers in yards and receptions. And
He's
touchdowns.
good, man. He's a good player.
You saw it.
What are you gonna say?
I'm telling you, man. I'm hoping he gets to play this week.
I'm telling you, I'm very much hey, I'm on the bandwagon, bro. I already liked them before the season and after the trade, but I'm like, presently the way they're playing.
He's a George Kittle-esque player. He's gonna be on the field all the time because he can block.
Well, I think he's a better receiver than like George in his prime was really good, but he didn't have the speed he has. He can break it open on plays. A lot of times, George Kittle just never had like the home run. Like that dude's hitting like 70-yarders sometimes, which I'm like, that's a tight end. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, he's definitely. I think he led the NFL last year for all receivers in YAC.
No, like Jordan Love and him have good chemistry. That's hard to stop when you have that rolling. You know, it's tough.
He's a perfect representation of the Packers, though. Seriously, like the Midwest. He's from he's from South Dakota. He's from 3 hours away from my hometown. Like,
and Carson went.
He embodies it, man.
Parsons has been amazing. Michael Parsons. He's been really good. He's bringing juice to the team, man. He really is.
I'm going to say is thank you, Jerry. I don't understand what your ego must be that big. All I got to say is thank you.
That wasn't a smart trade. Yeah, that was really bad.
I hope Micah gets like 6 sacks on Dallas. It would just be hilarious.
I think everybody's rooting, even their fans. I think for a big margin of them, kind of like, you know, we're kind of mad at you because that's crazy.
Dude, so I'm done with the Packers, but think it's like in terms of, hey, you know what? For me, they just got to keep on keeping on. The game was amazing. The atmosphere is amazing. If you ever have an opportunity to go to Lambeau, you need to.
Oh, yeah.
I can't say enough good things about the fans, about the atmosphere, about the facilities. I mean, it is the mecca of football. There's a reason why.
Yeah.
But I am super pleasantly surprised, but I don't want to get too, like I said, I don't want to get too high and mighty because there's a long season to go.
Yeah. Ravens. The Ravens, I'll be quick on. That's not going to be that long because I mean it was the Browns, and I think we covered it pretty quick. They look good. The offense looks really good. The defense made some plays, which I like. Here's my issue with them, and it's been the issue for years. I think we went over this when they lost in the playoffs last year. You know what? You want to keep blaming the quarterback. I'm going to be honest with you. This is what's been missing with this team as a fan, and we went over it before. You got to get turnovers, and in every game you have a chance, and they keep dropping them or making mistakes. Look, 2 times in a row is crazy. You guys got to stop dropping the ball and letting the other team get a touchdown out of it. Like, catch the ball or just learn to knock it down, okay? We got to do better than that, guys. You're giving points away. I mean, what are we doing? Like, that's why Ed Reed, I swear to God, like when we lost Ed Reed, it's so sad because that man dropped nothing, and all I see is, oh my God, ball dropped. Guys, in big games, go look up the guys that win in the playoffs. You know, I know you all want to make it a quarterback stat. Patrick Mahomes' defense gets turnovers. Jalen Hurts' defense gets turnovers. The team that wins the Super Bowl, their defense gets, kids, can we guess it? Turnovers.
Thank you, Miss Rachel.
That's how that works. 8 games. It has been 8 games since the Ravens got 1 turnover. In the last 12 playoff games, they've gotten 2. I wonder why they lose games. Can we do anything? Or we're just gonna let the other team score. Good job, guys. You're doing great.
Chach, I'm just impressed that now we can basically, Miss Rachel better watch out, man.
She's a legend. She's a legend. Nobody's taking it.
No, that's right. Man, my daughter loves Miss Rachel.
I love Miss Rachel. I got number. Miss Rachel, we will protect at all costs. She is no wing. She is the wing. She is her own wing. She is legend.
Yes.
She's Miss Rachel.
Yes. Hey, go hype up Miss Rachel more. If you go to the Target, you go get there's a whole Miss Rachel aisle now. I was like, dang, this girl's making bank. But
yeah, she does seem like a nice person. She don't really get mixed up in nothing. She's kind of Miss Rachel.
oh,
The gang's garbage. Listen, Bloods and Crips guard Miss Rachel. They're like, look, we put away our violence for Miss Rachel. Believe me, no one. Miss Rachel is not. They put away the guns for her. Everybody, war is stopped for Miss. If she walked in the middle of World War II, we'd stop and be like, listen, we can't fight, guys. Germans and Americans, guys, it's Miss Rachel. Look.
Miss Rachel for president.
She's the best of all time. Listen, Miss Rachel. We have kids and we're incredibly biased. But Miss Rachel's a legend.
You know what? Well, she has an interview on Kylie Kelsey's podcast. I mean, she said it. She is super down to earth.
Well, did you make the show because she had kids and there was not enough on TV for them to watch educationally? I believe that's why she did it. So, I mean,
yeah, and I think her son was really struggling with speech.
Okay. And
that's why she started. But, like, her husband is in Broadway, so like, they have all these Broadway singers show up. It's crazy.
You could tell you could tell they have training because they're all very good with pitch and everything when they're on the show. I'm like, they ain't normal people. I'm like, they don't sound crazy.
Well, they had the one guy who was playing the cello. Sorry, we're totally going off script here.
Welcome to Miss Rachel podcast.
He's in Pelotonics or whatever, the music group.
Okay.
I was like, holy crap, that's pretty sweet.
Oh yeah, did you ever see that episode with the guys when they're doing all the noises and they're like, oh, they're amazing. That's like my favorite one. They're so talented. I'm like,
the beatbox one. Yeah, that one's sick.
I'm like, oh my god, that's impressive. I was like, these dudes, and they're playing the instruments too. I'm like, my god. I'm like, who the hell are these guys?
Because they're all Broadway singers.
I'm like, what?
Surprise.
I'm like, y'all talented as shit. I'm out of here. Above my grade.
Right.
But the Ravens, sorry, back on topic.
You can have all my money. Oh, gosh.
Back on topic. Sorry. The Ravens, though, their offense looks great, but it looked good last week. I'm like, I don't know. Henry, though, the fumbles are kind of scary because the man don't really fumble. He still looks good, but like we were talking about the Browns' defense, I want to give them credit because, see, they were talking about the Ravens and the Bills like that was a great game. That was not a great game. We talked about it. People were wide open. It was a mess. It was the first week of the season game. That Browns defense, it wasn't because of the Ravens. Like, oh, the run game was bad. No, they were eating every play up. They were getting through. Graham, what a pick too. That dude looks really good. He was getting pressure, stopping all the run plays. I'm like, you tell why he was a top 5 pick. Myles Garrett, he's just really good. That dude is wild because you don't really see archetypes like him anymore. He's like an old school end where they're like really big. Normally they're like 240 now. He's 250. That man's like 275. Big as shit.
Yeah, right.
It's crazy. He reminds me of like a Reggie White, old school one. It's like he's a big dude. That's a big man.
Well, Reggie White, but he's like looks like Thor.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He built. That's like a Cam Newton build. Him is like a guy. Like, what the hell is this dude? Like, if he showed up to a field, you'd be like, that's a football player because you're like, ain't no regular person that big.
Right.
But he's good. I just feel bad for him because, not bad for him. I'm going to take it back. I respect him being like, hey, you guys showed me like love, so I'm going to sign with you. He's a real dude. He could have been like, this team sucks. I'm going to any good team because. But Cleveland, give Cleveland this.
Been on the Packers,
we give Cleveland shit, okay? But at least they paid their guy, okay, Jerry. I'm just saying, Cleveland wasn't like, well, you got to prove yourself. They were like, look, here's your money. At least they did that. And Cleveland has the stigma of being the Deshaun Watson team, and even they were like, look, this one's not Deshaun Watson. We're going to pay our guy. Okay, he's a legend. Ravens defense, though, let me give them their credit. Roquan Smith, because everyone's been crapping on him, and he has made one bad tackle that was in the Bills game. That's really the only play I think in the last year where he's been terrible. Everyone's been dragging that. He doesn't have a good linebacker next to him anymore. That's why you think he's playing bad. Because Trent Simpson, he's quick, but he has no idea what he's doing. He's always out of position. Why do you think he's been benched twice already? He's just not. His instincts are terrible. No offense to him. He might be good in a couple years. He just ain't there right now. He ain't. He got benched again for a rookie. Roquan's by himself, and anyone that makes fun of him, did you see him in this game? He was amazing. He was shooting a gap, making plays. He had one defensive player of the week. He's a good player. He's a good player.
Yeah, no, I don't think. I think the Ravens' two biggest problems on defense is they have zero pass rush.
Zero.
Like it is
Zero.
insane.
Zero.
Like
99, I know y'all were hyping him up. Oh, he gained 20 pounds. Well, he should have kept the weight off because he don't get any pressure now. He just gets blocked.
well, no, I told you he's a one-trick pony. He can only go fast. He's not. He's a terrible end. I don't know why.
Now,
they
what,
should be playing. They got to play Green more. You got to start playing younger guys.
Green,
say,
now
hey,
Green, I've seen some plays, so I'm like, why don't you put him in? Because at least he gets some pressure. I'm like, this dude's got oh wait, you got nothing, bro. No offense, but you got nothing. I'm done. I need to see more. You're not doing it. He just run. Not only that, he loses contain. He's the one every time runs up the field, leaves a big lane for the quarterback to step up, dude. If you're not going to get pressure, at least have lane integrity. He's not doing that either. Our big dudes are good, but they get pressure up the middle. That's it. You can't really unless you're getting through. I love Jones and Matabuke. They hold the run really well. It's just guys, like Tom's saying, you got to get pressure. And my problem too, there's no creativity on defense. Like it's a lot of zone and stuff. Like if you can't get pressure, you have Hamilton and Sparks blitz them. Starks blitz them. Do something. Use them. Instead, you're over here like, oh yeah, we're just gonna play back and let this team throw for 5 seconds. You're not. It's not gonna work. You got to get them. The defense has a long way to go. They got to show me a lot. I'm like, guys, right now you're gonna have to score a lot. And fortunate for you, your offense is really good. Now I will say this, and I like Justice Hill. He's got like -7 yards in 2 games, and they keep taking Keaton Mitchell and not using them, like having them out, like healthy scratch. I get it, John Harbaugh. I get it. But you have no change of pace back running. That's going to hurt you too, running the ball. They know it's just Henry. They're like, all we got to do is stop Henry. Because Justice Hill is a good player, really good at blocking. But running the ball, he's not a threat. Like when you put him in the game, the other team's like, it's a screen.
He's not electric. He never has been. He's just good. You're absolutely right. He's a third down back in the NFL.
Great blocker, but Keaton looked good in the preseason. You need to let him be your change of pace. He's a speed guy, or just trade him so he can go somewhere and play because he looked like he was healthy. You need to let the guy go then because this is pointless to have him on the team. What are we doing? You need 3 backs too. I don't get what they're doing. You want Henry to get hurt? I don't know. Very weird.
Come on, they're gonna run Patrick Ricard for 15 carries.
That's another thing though. I will say for their offense, it's only going to get better because Likely and Ricard haven't even been playing. Even though shout out to 84, he has played really well. Really well.
Yeah,
for a guy I never heard of, he was a young dude. I'm like, hey, he's been blocking hard and he catches.
Your guys, like you said though, your offense ain't the problem.
No,
it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. I've always grown up with the Ravens being.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't like it. I'm used to a defensive team. You guys spoiled me, guys. I'm like, what is this garbage?
Well, the big thing though is you got to remember their window was 2 years ago or whatever. That defense was just ridiculous.
It was.
And that AFC title game was a killer.
It was.
You had it at home.
Oh,
man.
Yeah, that was dope.
Not to bring up bad memories. Look, the Packers have had a lot of bad moments too.
We've had worse losses than that. I'm not. The one with Billy Cundiff. No, Billy Cundiff.
To me, that one's got to hurt a lot just because it's at home and it's like, hey, there's no excuses. And also Kansas City, I thought was at their, they were starting their downturn in terms of they're not that good. But I think that was a killer loss. That's a tough one to come from. But I also just wonder, like I said, I am kind of advocating. I think John Harbaugh, just his time, I would be very curious how would they perform if you had some energy shot into you from a younger coach, I'm not saying Harbaugh isn't a good coach. I'm just saying 18, 19 years is a long ass time. And when you continue to have the same problems over and over and over again.
Yeah, I don't think his intangibles sometimes as a coach are the best because sometimes the end of games they're just mismanaged a lot. And I don't know what that is.
I'll be honest with you. I don't even understand on the goal line. Why don't they run Henry? He's still, I get it was the Browns defense and they were getting penetration, but dude, he's still huge.
You got to try, yeah.
And they were just like, nope, we're not doing it. And I'm like,
Yeah, but
Come
you'll
on,
run them
guys,
at
really?
midfield. Yeah. And what I don't get is you'll run them at midfield, and you know it ain't working just to put yourself at second and like 12. And I'm like, okay, so what was the fucking point of that if you're not going to do it in the red zone? I don't know. Not only that, like it reminded me of the Bills game. What worked, you didn't do. Sometimes they don't do it.
Guys,
I'm like, remember every time with the Bills, I said this like 4 different times, and I've been right every time. They'll be rolling, and then they decide. I don't mean to bring back up that game, but even when they play great on offense, they do like shit that makes no sense. You know they're quick. You got them on the ropes. You're running right at them. They decide to run 2 plays sideways and get like destroyed, and I'm like, guys, it's a momentum game. Why do you do that? You're like, hey, this team's having trouble. Let me give them a play to make them happy. Here's a 3-yard loss. Get fucking hyped, guys. Look, we're going to run sideways. If you go back and watch the Bills the last 4 years, they're a quick defense. You run sideways, you lose yards against them. The Ravens still do it. I'm like, what are you doing? And they do it in the middle of a drive where they're rolling. They're like, hey, how do we fuck this up?
dude, that's what's so funny though. They're like the Bills are a quick defense, but like the only thing Kansas City can do is they're just big and slow. So
Yeah.
when they play Kansas City, inevitably it's gonna be like we're gonna pound your ass.
Oh, I don't know. And like Tom's talking about defense. I'm tired of the quarterback stuff because the thing that's getting on my nerves with all the quarterback, all of them, but they hold the ball and pump fake in the middle of it because you have it where everyone's so afraid to just hit them because you know it's gonna be a flag and you give them a flag when they get hit. Oh, you tackle them a little hard, and I'm like, dude, you took away the thing in football that made it like fun where it was like, I get it, the head injuries are bad. But man, if you did that back in the day, they would have knocked your block off. You wouldn't have did that again. Your arm would have been broken. You can't, because if you watch every defender, they stop now and watch them instead of just going. Because you can't just run in there and like take their legs out and drill them like you would a regular player. Because it'd be a flag. You got to fix that. You can't have defenders playing on their back foot all the time when they're trying to tackle someone. A fucking quarterback, like you got to let them. Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen are big dudes, man. You start leaning on them, they gonna roll you. They are. You can't sit
But
back.
I don't understand why defenders just don't take a fucking shot anyways.
They should. That's the only way it's gonna work.
Like, who cares? Because you're clearly in the Bills game. The NFL is going to throw a flag if you breathe on them. So why don't you at least make the
I
penalty
agree
worth
with
it?
you, but I agree with you.
I've never understood these defenders who are like, oh my gosh, I can't do it. Dude, who cares?
You got to do it.
Just like especially if they're not sliding, just absolutely obliterate them.
Because don't get me wrong, that like
Because,
let's go
I'm
to
telling
the
you,
Holmes shouldering
they're
people.
so not used to getting hurt, Josh. Like, think in the Super Bowls. Remember that the first Kansas City Super Bowl against the 49ers where all of a sudden Mahomes, his shoulder was fucked up.
Yeah. Dude,
He couldn't throw the ball, and I'm telling you because he got nailed early in the game.
Dude, I'm telling you that if they need to do that because like the Mahomes always does that pitch thing and those plays, but and it was a great play. But they're great plays. I'm not making fun of them where they pitch the ball to the guys last second. Josh Allen did it last night. If you go in there flying while he's doing that pass is gonna go either get picked or fly over the dude's head. You gotta go, just just hit him. And see what happens. I'm with you. I ain't messing around. Oh well.
Yeah.
That was hilarious because I'm like, what are you doing? All the Dolphins were like staring at him, and I'm like, guys, there's 4 of you. What the hell are we doing right now? That was hilarious, though.
That's just, dude,
yeah, we can get into that later.
Anthony Weaver, I'm glad the Packers didn't get him as a defense coordinator. Oof.
Yeah.
No offense to him, but dude,
former Raven.
I don't know what, but also they don't have any talent.
Okay, so Ravens look solid. That's gonna be a fun Monday nighter. I think they'll be fine just because they're really good at home in prime time. They're wearing all blacks. That's gonna be tough. Sorry, Lions.
Dude, I was sad. They said they're the old throwback jerseys from the early '90s.
I saw they might do it.
Suing the NFL. What an asshole.
He already did. That's why they can't do it. Yeah. That's why they went away. You didn't know that? That's why they went away. He made the picture.
Yeah, no, I found that out like last week. I'm gonna call it, man. What an a-hole.
Yeah, my dad told me about that a long time ago because I was like, what happened to the cool like shield with the bee? Which I like the cartoon Raven, but it's not as good. That shield was dusty. I love that.
Well, think if they had these new Nikes, they're showing a concept of the new Nike jerseys with those old school, and I was like, bro.
Oh my God,
Those
yes,
were filthy.
dude. Okay, so
Um,
around the league, what did you see in week 2? And we'll talk about the. I think the Bills look good. The Jets were fool's gold, and I'll say the Steelers have a lot of that defense. I don't know what's going on. That's pretty bad. It seems like they run away from J.J. Watt. I'm a T.J. Watt, which is funny, which actually makes sense. Like they always ran.
well, what's weird about the Steelers right now is they're not like defensive assignments. They're bad.
Yeah.
That's just it.
Well,
The Steelers, number one, they thought that Aaron Rodgers would cure
yep.
all their problems.
Yep.
It's every one of these teams falls into this trap. And also, I mean, look, Aaron can still do a lot of really good things. Don't like, dude. There's that one throw off his back foot where you're just like,
Wow.
damn,
Yeah.
he can still do it. He's older though, right? I mean, also, everyone's like, hey, he threw that in the end zone. He threw that ball. He hit the receiver in the hands. But I'll tell you, man, why would you throw it when there's 4 people? That's why I got picked. He had 2 picks. He didn't play super great. It's very uncharacteristic of a Steeler team to, hey, on a kickoff, I'm just going to let it bounce in the end zone or bounce around and be a live ball.
Yep. That was really bad. I don't know what that guy was doing.
The Steelers have lost their mystique too. Again, I just think Mike Tomlin's gotten long in the tooth. That's all. And I don't think Aaron Rodgers is your savior. I'll just be blunt. I mean, he might, but I think Aaron's still got stuff to prove and he can play. It's just I don't know what they're doing. They got older.
Yeah. Well, the safeties they lost their safeties too, which you think isn't a big deal till you don't have them because they keep the back end safe and they getting hit with a lot of deep balls.
Well, if they ain't getting pressure, good luck.
Yeah.
T.J. Watt's also not young and he's been hurt a lot.
Yep.
So.
Yep. The Bengals had a big injury too. Like Burrow's gonna be out a while.
The Bengals are just in trouble in general. And you have a quarterback that gets hurt all the time.
Yep.
Let's just be blunt. He's paid a lot of money. You have this offense that you paid 3 receivers top tier money. You have an end that's a top tier, paid decent money too. I mean, I saw the Packers. They called the Packers about Malik Willis. I'm glad the Packers didn't pull the trigger because you need a backup in this NFL.
Yes.
But Browning might be able to keep him afloat for a little bit, but I really think they're going to have to make a deal. And I'll just be really curious, I'll be curious if they have to get into Kirk Cousins, hey, we need a veteran, a legitimate starting NFL quarterback. And honestly, if I'm Atlanta, I'm saying I want a number 1, and I'm negotiating to a number 2.
No, I agree.
I think then you do it. All right. I thought it was good. The Falcons got off the snide. It was an ugly game. It went back to 1920s football, but you know what? Penix is good.
Yeah, the Titans look good. Like the Titans aren't a good team, but I think I like Ward. He's pretty good quarterback. I think he'll be okay. That team.
Yeah, he's gotta be careful. He's gotta be careful of throwing that shit across the field.
Yeah.
That's gonna start being a pick.
Yeah, the Rams though they look solid, but I knew that they're a decent team.
Yeah, the Rams will be up there. I mean, if people think that they're gonna go away after last year's run, I mean their team only got better. I think getting Devontae Adams over Cooper Kupp is an upgrade because it was just health.
Yeah, I agree.
But also Devontae Adams is still freaking good.
Okay, and I have to ask you about the Chargers too. What do you think?
Dude, they're legit. They're physical. They remind me every Jim Harbaugh team, man. They're all the same. I think what's interesting though is they can't really run the ball, which is I gotta say that's gonna haunt them at some point.
Yeah, I was gonna say what I don't like.
I think Kansas City's just that they're not that good, but Vegas, man. I mean, their Vegas' offensive line. Like, I'm pretty sure there's JV offensive lines that can do better. That's bad. They are just awful to watch. They can't do. They don't I've never seen that before in my life. But Geno Smith, good luck, man. He got traded to a stinker. That's all I can say.
Yeah, and the thing, I do think they're a lot better, but my one issue, and I like Jim Harbaugh, my one issue with that team is if a team throws you 3 interceptions, normally the game should be over. I don't know why they let them stick around like that. Like you said, the Raiders weren't playing good. It's like you said, you can't run the ball. That's very scary because that
No,
game seemed like it went on forever.
Hampton isn't really turning in like that. Dobbins letting him walk, and then
Yeah.
also do they have Najee Harris?
Yep.
They need to play Najee a little bit more. Hopefully, he can get back.
And Najee has some good games. You're right. He might be the guy there.
Well, you just need. I mean,
how about the Colts
also,
too? Oh my God!
You know what? They lost their left tackle Slater for the year. I mean, I think they're a legitimate wild card team, or they could win a division where they win a game in the wild card round.
How about the Colts, man? How about the Colts?
Dude, Danny Dimes doing things that Peyton Manning hadn't done.
That's crazy.
They should though. They have crazy weapons on that offense. It's about time.
Well, dude, yeah, they actually have a good team besides quarterback.
How bad the Richardson pick was. Yeah. Well, not bad. Like the Colts are desperate.
Yep.
They can't figure out the quarterback spot. Dude, they just needed a game manager, and that's what Jones does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of fast. I mean, I hope Danny does well. Like, he got shit on in New York for no reason other than the Giants are trash. Giants are still trash, by the way.
Yeah. Seahawks look pretty good. The Patriots have a little bit going for them. They're not terrible this year. Got a little grit to them. On that.
Yeah, they might win like 6 games. I mean, the Dolphins are bad, though.
Like you said, McCarthy, though, speaking of the Vikings, that was, I don't know about all that now.
I'm not shocked. It's tough to sit out for a year and then here, it's a little different from having a veteran like Sam Darnold to McCarthy, right? Darnold's done it before. And also he has all the tools, right?
Mm-hmm.
People, so Darnold's biggest bugaboo is he always held the ball too long.
Yep,
and he did last year.
And then,
yep. Inevitably they lost.
Yep. And then what do you think of Bake? What do you think of Bake? How do you think Baker's doing with the Bucks? 29?
Dude, that guy has got it. He's fun to watch, man. He's just gritty. That's not a guy, honestly, in the NFC, that's a tough...
They're gritty, yeah. That's a gritty team, man. They are. They're gritty.
Yeah, they're a veteran gritty team, and Todd Bowles calls great defense. Honestly, man, I'll tell you, Houston, dude, I don't know if it's I like D'Amico Ryans, but liking somebody still doesn't mean you're going to get results. Dude, they are year 3 of Seth Stroud. It's like I blame the GM somewhat, right, with just the moves that they did, the lack of moves, to be frank.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more on the offensive line. But, dude, you're killing that guy in his confidence.
Yeah,
dude, they're going to waste that talent, man, because they actually have a really good team. I don't understand how they're not scoring more.
And then, the Thursday nighter was, Eagles and Chiefs, you saw the tush push it's crazy. That should be a penalty. It's wild. They go off the ball early. They're not lined up right.
This is exactly why the Packers
it's crazy.
Brought the proposal to the table. You know what? I agree with Adam Schefter. The NFL lost in the offseason because the owners are too damn stubborn and their egos are so big. Do you know why the Packers did it? Because Mark Murphy's, so he has to represent the Packers as the president. He was retiring. He didn't care. He understood the play is stupid. And it is stupid. If anybody thinks that play is cool or wants to defend the Eagles, please come have a discussion with me. Because it's dumb. You can't ref it. They line up offside. They don't play by any of the rules. Mm-hmm. So why is it allowed?
No,
just right there, that point. And also, and someone's trying to make the point, well, the defense has to line up offsides. I said, exactly. It's so stupid. It's a rugby play, for God's sakes. That for some reason, the NFL decided, there's actually a rule in the rule book from 2013. You couldn't do what they're doing. And somebody said, whatever, we should put it in. You know what? I hope when Green Bay plays Philly, I really hope they shut that play down 5 times. I really hope the NFL, the refs, start throwing flags on it. Because I'm sick and tired of it. I really am. It's such a stupid ass play.
Look,
And it's not why though. Kansas City lost. Kansas City.
No,
You know
I agree
what?
with that. Yeah.
Kelsey's old. They don't have a good offense. They have zero identity, other than Mahomes running around like Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, they're
That
just.
is-
It's
that
not
is
his.
their
He is,
identity.
and I will defend Mahomes. He's trying. He's making plays. But Kelsey, that drop, dude. What the fuck was that? It's terrible.
Well, but you know what though? Mahomes also misses guys. He throws the ball 20 yards over their head downfield and
He
they're wide
does.
open.
He does. He does.
You could throw a punt
Yeah.
and you still would and I'm like,
He's
this is
pressing. He's pressing a lot. He's got to make all the plays now.
Hey,
So-
I don't defend him. That guy's the one that wants to be the face of the NFL. Tom Brady made all those throws.
Look, I will never defend the fact that he's a sore loser. I don't like that. I don't like that. But
all I gotta say with the tush push is trash. It is a trash, but it's not the reason why Philly won because Philly was more physical. Or Philly just knows how to win right now.
yep, I agree.
Bottom line,
Philly's a good team.
They're
They are a good
always
team.
they're going to be a tough out. I don't think their defense is that good,
No,
in my opinion.
their corners are very suspect. I will say that very much.
Yeah. The Giants Cowboys game. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I think if Dallas had Micah Parsons, maybe they would have gotten a stop.
Yeah. You think?
Hot take. Just kidding. It's not a hot take. Dude, I mean, honestly, number one, good for I'm like actually really pumped for Schottenheimer though because he is Marty's son.
He's
and
doing
he
a pretty good
deserves
job.
shot.
He really is. Dak looks really
And-
good. Dak looks really good. I gotta give him that.
Yeah, man. But man, I'll tell you though, like, dude, to let the Giants like do what they did, you're just like, oh boy. Dallas is gonna have to draft a lot of freaking defense the next 3 years to fix
dude.
their problems.
You
Like,
ain't lying. You ain't lying. Oh.
and also the Giants, like, come on, man, really? Like, their defensive front. The Giants actually have a good defensive
They
front.
do.
It's like at the end of the game, it's like, nope, they're tired, they're dead.
I do like
Trash.
their little Wandell Robinson's really good. That was a good pick. He's a pretty good
Yeah.
player.
What happened to Tracy? I haven't seen much of him this year.
They've played him.
Still-
They just aren't blocking. He's getting killed. He really is.
Dude, how many years? I feel like it's been 10 years we've been talking about the Giants' offensive line is bad. Like,
Yeah.
how can you not fix that?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been 10 years. I get it. You go through a 3-year stint where it's just like, look, we drafted guys that didn't pan out. But you're telling me every time you pick up free agents and all that, they're still that bad?
No, you're right.
Oh,
It's crazy,
Come
dude.
on.
Well, I remember.
that-
Do you remember and that's a long time ago. In 08, after they won the Super Bowl, before Plexico Burress shot himself in the leg and ruined everything, that team was crazy. They were beating the hell
Dude,
out
that
of everyone.
offensive line had like 5 All-Pros on it.
Oh.
That's what made that team so good. Is both sides of the ball, their front seven were just insane.
Dude, we had
and to
a
your point, Plexico was fake.
great team, the Ravens, great defense at that time. And when they beat us like 35-3, we could not do anything. I remember that game. And it would, when your team and this rarely happens. You ever have your team get beat by a team that you just thought was better, so you weren't even mad? I wasn't even mad. I was just like, damn. I was just in awe of how good they were. Like every play.
Yeah.
Perfectly ran screen, perfectly ran routes, perfect blocking, like Tom said. The D-line's getting 3 people in, and I'm like, I can't even say anything. That's you and Yora. That's all these guys. Tuck. I'm like, they're just fucking loaded. And I'm like, and the corners are right next to the Antrell rolls all over the tight end. I'm like, I don't know what you do. I was like, this team.
Yep.
And I remember telling me and my buddy were watching it. A friend of the show, Scott, were watching it, and we both looked at each other like, yeah, they are not going to lose. I'm telling you, they would beat everyone.
No, they were, and then Plexico decided to.
Well,
to
that is always the thing I use
Gun
as
safety
example
video.
of like momentum is real with a team too. Like you can ruin your chemistry just by doing something dumb. Like, and I love hey Plexico apologized and everything. I'm not taking a shot at him now. Everyone makes mistakes. I'm just saying at that time they were rolling. I think they were going to win that Super Bowl again. I think they were going to easily win it. They were ridiculous. That team was crazy.
Dude, like that. I still remember that NFC title game against the Packers. It was so physical, back and forth. Those two teams. Yeah, man. Like, dude, that Giants team too. I mean, yeah, dude, they're just. I remember that offensive line. They would run Jacobs in that cold. And I remember it was like the first drive of the game. Jacobs just nails Charles Woodson. And you're just like, oh.
Yeah, dude. And before we get into the Dolphins, because we got it's probably someone's gonna get fired soon. Mr. McDaniel. But and Tua should have retired. The guy's been hit a lot. I'm not making fun of him. But how about the Bears? With the Lions look good, but I'm saying the Bears, man, what's going on there? What do you think?
I mean, Caleb Williams ain't that good. He's a prima donna that decides, hey, it's okay to.
Yeah, I get he can.
If his first read ain't there, he's in trouble.
Well, here's my thing. I get he can improv. Got it. That's good when you make the easy throws that are there. He missed so many. That one against the Vikings from last week had that short slant. How do you miss that? It's not a hard throw, dude. Like what?
Because he's not that good, Josh. I've been saying it last year. You know what? And there's a lot of rumors coming out that he's just like a very entitled person. And I get it because, like, how is it that an interim head coach was the one, because he got on him. He didn't care. He said, hey, this is my one shot to coach a team. I'm doing it my way.
Mm-hmm.
And the offense they ran was actually good. And now they get this, like, offensive quote-unquote genius who can't head coach because I'm so tired of the NFL. It's like, hey, let's recycle offensive coordinators.
Yeah, that's true.
All these new offensive minds, they're clearly head coaches. Sometimes a coordinator's a coordinator, fellas.
Yep.
Yep. Ben Johnson's one of them.
Well, you
wants to keep playing this game.
You called it too.
Everyone's like, he's gonna leave 2 years earlier.
Well, Tom,
you know what? Nobody wanted him.
Tom, you called it too, though. To shout out to Tom, he was. I mean, we both said it, but he made sure, like when the Lions lost to the Packers, he was like, the Lions are going to be fine. I remember you saying that last week, and they're good. They're rolling again. That offense looked really good. They were in rhythm and kicked butt.
Yeah, dude. All right, the Lions have established a culture. You can't screw with that. So, and they have too many good players. Like, they for the first time in a long time. The Packers got to be the buzzsaw. That's what that was. And it was nice to not be the one on the road playing a divisional game in week 1.
Yeah.
They got to be at home. They had the Micah Parsons trade. Like, it was just like, dude, this is going to be brutal. That's all.
No, it was a buzzsaw. It was a hard spot.
Competed.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, everyone acts like the Lions didn't get manhandled. They just couldn't get Gibbs going.
Well, that's
watch. Gibbs is going to get going, and all of a sudden it's going to be this high scoring.
Well, I don't think we didn't get into this last time. So what you're saying, everybody drove me crazy, and I get it. The Ravens should have won that game against the Bills. But if you think, here's my thing. Honestly, if they play again in the playoffs and everyone's healthy, I'm like, in 7-degree weather, you really think it's going to help your team? Because you get down 40-25 to the Ravens, as bad as their defense is, you ain't throwing in that weather. Game's over. I'm like, that's not like that doesn't help us. Because Baltimore doesn't get that cold. It don't. And honestly, historically, the Ravens play pretty bad at home in the playoffs. I'm just going to be honest with everybody. I can't even name that. So I'm like, I kind of like that. I'm not going to lie. And have you seen the Bills' schedule? In my head, I'm like, even if they won that game, they ain't going to get that 1 seed. They don't play anyone. It's sad.
Gosh, that's definitely one of the things, right? I'm telling you, you bring up a really good point. The Bills don't play anybody the rest of the year.
Nope.
I am telling you right now, you think when they go to the playoffs, all of a sudden they're going to be able to flip a switch?
And you know what I love? I'm not saying I'm glad the Ravens lost, but now they got a little false confidence. I'm saying, like, you guys should have lost that game. You got to play better if you're going to beat them. That's not going to work. You got very lucky. You got a ball, that tip ball. If that lands on the ground, the game's over because it was 40-25. Just saying.
Dude, the Bills' defense is a problem. They're not good, and honestly, the Ravens' defense is a little better.
They got some better names. That's all. That's yeah.
Dude, the Bills' defense sucks. I'm just calling it right now. They don't have anybody worth noting.
But I want to make it clear, Josh Allen's great, and so's Lamar, and so's all these quarterbacks. A lot of good quarterbacks.
Yeah. I mean, I watched it with when Green Bay had Rodgers. I get it. The Ravens and all these teams now, they're in the boat of they got to pay these big name.
But like Tom said, I can't. I can't get with it. I'm not a quarterback. I love defenses. I'm like, I miss it. I miss the Legion of Boom, the Ravens, the Packers.
I mean,
Oh, so beautiful.
you miss it, but I'll tell you one thing, man. Do you want Trent Dilfer for the rest of your life? Do you
No,
want
I
to be over
don't.
your
I know I
college
didn't
years?
say that, but I'm like, I would just like a competent defense. Like right now, they're just okay. I'm like, guys, why is this guy wide open?
Honestly, I think the Ravens do have it, Josh. It's just they're in a weird spot. I think the key is they didn't make enough moves on the pass rush.
No.
They were ones that should have been in that bike horse.
They should have. They should have. We got a long. Now we got a long way to go. Me and Tom like the preference. Like, you know, you're not the team you're going to be at the end of the year, and that's the one thing I will say that I like about both our teams. They got a long way to go with, like, they can improve on stuff, which is what you want, because you don't want to be at your peak now, because eventually people are going to figure out something or injuries going to happen to ruin like your momentum. It's good to still have stuff to improve on. We'll see where we're at in like week 10, 11. That'll be more like a barometer.
Last thing though, or last thing before we go, we can hit up the Thursday night game, dude.
Yeah,
All I'm
the
gonna
Dolphins.
say is,
yeah, oh my god,
the Dolphins stink. McDaniel's gonna get fired. They competed. They're gonna compete. Don't get me wrong, but dude, they've lost the energy. You know, I think it's sad when the broadcast has to talk about freaking Tyreek Hill's abuse allegations, and it's just like, dude, this team is just an utter disaster. They said McDaniel lost the locker room last year with Ramsey and those guys not showing up. He has zero confidence at the podium. He's not, dude. He's another one. He should have just been a coordinator. He's smart. He's just like, dude, to lead people, football players, you need more Dan Campbells. So,
well, yeah, I think it's gone the way of like
the Bills don't need to be worried. The game was close because the Bills are just managing it and trying to get through it.
Oh yeah. Well, they need to be smart. I like the way they're running it, because it's like, don't kill Josh right now, like making him throw a ton when you don't have to. And Cook's a really good player too. I can't even hate that dude's really good.
Yeah.
You know what it is with him? He looks so small. He looks small, but he's tough. He is.
Dude, the thing I'll say too, like you mentioned, Tua should have retired.
Should have. I'm not hating on him.
He looks terrible.
He looks scared, and I get it. I mean, dude, you had like 8 concussions. I got it, bro. Like, go home. No one's gonna hate on you.
Yeah, nah. And honestly, you can tell Tyreek Hill's tired of. You know, the thing is, Tua doesn't really have a great arm. There's times where it's like, dude, he's like lollipopping the ball, and it's like, dude, Hill's open, man. You gotta throw that thing.
And I'm gonna say something that like fans aren't gonna like, because, you know, the Chiefs are, you know, they don't want the Chiefs to. They'll fuck the Chiefs, and I get it. I'm not a big Chiefs guy either, but, you know, I hope he goes back to the Chiefs, because Tyreek. You shouldn't have left, dude. I need that back together. They both need each other. We need to get that romance back together. Bring them back. The one wife Tyreek Hill will not leave is Mahomes. He loves that man. Let's go back to your boo. That's the worst divorce you had, buddy. You need to get back there. Go back to your man's. He's waiting for you.
All right, man.
Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Likes, as always, are appreciated. I put a different letter on into watching, sorry. And as always, subscribe for more content too. Roll Tide, anchor down. Peace.